Hello and welcome to part 2 of this special Dancing with the Stars, the judges' verdict. Those who watched last week will know it's the show where we find out what might have happened had you, the viewers, been factored out of weekly eliminations and the competition was decided solely by our 4 expert judges. A week ago, we looked at the 9 men from both series and discovered that Series 2 champion Tom Williams was in fact the judges' #1. Had they had sole say, Darren Hinch would have been the first to go and Ian Roberts would never have made it to the finals. A very different result from what you at home decided. Tonight, it's the girls' turn. Would the judges have put Pauline Hanson in the Series 1 final? Would Nikki Webster have made it more than halfway through Series 2? Sit back for another night of surprises as we find out in Dancing with the Stars, the judges' verdict.
Look like a couple of very odd teeth rattling around.
You had a very oily back.
I want my jacket back.
I'd pay money to watch something like that.
Our female celebrities were singers, actors, sports heroes, TV stars, and of course, one very recognisable politician. Just like with the men, tonight we'll tally the judges' scores for all of the girls' dances and work out each celebrity's overall average. This will show us how the 9 women from both series stack up against each other and who was the ultimate judges' pick for Best Female Dancer. So let's meet our panel with the paddles, multi-award-winning boy from Oz, Todd McKenny.
Sonia.
International dance sport champion and adjudicator Helen Ritchie.
Hi, Sonia.
Hi, Helen. Acclaimed actor, dancer and choreographer Paul Mercurio.
G'day.
And 5 times Australian dance sport champion Mark Wilson.
Hi, Sonia.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for coming in. Now, Todd, you said that female celebrities have a much harder time with the show than the guys do.
I do think that. And I know that Mother Russia here.
Oh, here we go.
Stir that whole argument up again. I think these female celebrities are left to their own devices a lot, and they're the ones providing a lot of the flash and like the kicks and the spins, and I just think the man is more or less the frame in a lot of the dance work, and the women. Then there's that old chestnut where they're in heels and going backwards as well. So I think the women have a hard gig.
I mean, they do have a hard gig. I'm not quite sure whether it's more so than the men. But the other thing I was thinking about today was, as Australians, we kind of expect women to dance well, but we don't expect men to dance well. So maybe we're harder on them for that reason also.
I think we definitely are, yeah.
Yeah. Well, glamour girl Gabrielle Richens sure knew how to fill a frock, but her model moves weren't enough to keep her in Series 1.
I thought it would be a lot of fun, and even if I couldn't do it, it's still going to be a laugh.
That was a good attempt, Gabrielle, but I think you need to do more about your posture. Your behind was far too far behind you.
She was a bit harsh on me at times when she shouldn't have been. I think that's why everyone thought that she was singling me out.
I would like to see more compression in your knees and a bit more tango in there. The comments I made were constructive about Gabrielle.
We all noticed that Helen gave the boys higher scores than the girls.
Leaving us tonight is Gabrielle and Mark.
It was a terrible, terrible result and an unfair result for that couple that went out last night. They should bring them back for next week.
Ooh, a lot of unhappy viewers there. Helen, how do you rate Gabrielle's dancing ability?
I actually marked Gabrielle quite well, although I probably was a bit harsh in what I said to her, but I actually did mark her quite well. And I thought if she had have gone further in the series, she would have improved a lot, actually.
I don't know why she would be worried about you being harsh. I mean, we're not there to just sugarcoat everything. We're there to judge, and your comments were constructive, and if we're going to make constructive criticism, then they really should take it on and learn from it. We want them to grow and become something else by the end of the season. And so we're going to give them constructive criticism. And as for that caller who called into Gabrielle, I wonder if he voted, because I would think... I'd love to know who votes, because I wonder whether... I presume it's women or young girls, and I wonder if, you know, the men had have got off their bums and voted, she'd probably still be in the competition.
Well, that's exactly right,
Yeah.
Todd. I mean, research shows that it is young girls who do vote or SMS, but obviously there's a broad audience for the program, and maybe she didn't have the public support there. Would she have gone further if she had that public support?
Well, certainly, and it's been proven with Pauline and Ian. You know, they had the public support and they certainly went all the way. Didn't quite win it, but went all the way.
And Gabrielle's a very talented girl, so I think she would have gone much further.
That's right.
She's very beautiful, and that might have been threatening to other women, and perhaps they wouldn't let the husbands pick up the phone.
I found it threatening. I wanted her off the show as quickly as we could get her off. No, joking. She's gorgeous. Gabrielle and her partner Mark Hodge got pulses racing with their best-scoring dance, the rumba.
Special, someone sacred in your life, just for one moment, to be warm and naked at my side. Sometimes I think that you never understand me, but something tells me together
You looked very exotic tonight. You looked very good. And I did like the hips tonight.
Thank
hip
you.
action. I would have liked to have seen you dance more. I would have liked to have seen you do more dancing, though.
I've still got goosebumps. Woo, great. Well done.
Thank you. You all right now, Paul?
Oh, yeah, I am. I'm fine,
good.
thank you.
All right. Now, Helen, you said that you still wanted to see a bit more from Gab.
Yes, you know, sometimes the man, depending on who is the celebrity, like in that case, I think perhaps Mark did a little too much of the dancing and didn't make Gabrielle do more of the dancing. Because that's really what we're looking for, to see the celebrity, how they progress through the series.
Do you think she had potential?
Yes, a lot of potential. I really would have liked to have seen her go a lot further.
Definitely. Well, next up, the bubbly bunny girl whose fun-loving nature sparked the judges' ire.
I'm balancing on one heel. I can't do it. I can't. I'm gonna fall. Are you really a judge?
She loses. On a scale of 1 to 3, how good's your cha-cha?
That's your job to tell me.
Yeah, right. I can already tell.
You told her, didn't you, Todd?
I was right too.
Welcome back to Dancing with the Stars, the judges' verdict, where we look at what might have happened had our 4 experts had sole say on elimination night. Well, Sara-Marie Fedele is the bunny girl whose infectious laugh and sparkling personality shone on the dance floor, but she was also the first female celebrity to leave Series 2.
I didn't realise it would be as hard work as what it was.
You did have loads of attitude in cha-cha, and that's what it needs.
I think that judges should have had a bit more fun with the show, personally. I think they're a bit too serious.
I don't think you're really treating this seriously enough. And if you haven't done the work, I can see that. So I'm
You haven't been at my training, you don't know.
Yeah, but I've done this for a long time.
I was training every day. I was giving Trent tears.
I can see who's working and who's not, and I don't think you are.
So for him to say you don't train, I was like, excuse me? I'm like, yes, I do.
I'd hate to be told off by you. That'd be quite scary, I think. What were you expecting, or why wasn't Sara-Marie working hard enough for you?
I just think the whole attitude from Sara-Marie was too much fun-loving. This is a balance of fun and work. So I was looking for her to really make sure she worked hard for Trent, and I could see in her performance that wasn't happening. Because any good judge or teacher can see if someone is doing the work or not, and I can see that.
And how did you feel when she sort of fired one back at you?
You know, we've been judging a long time. Not everyone likes what you say, and you just got to deal with that. But to be fair, you know, I think she did put a bit of work in the next week.
Well, do we expect too much of these celebrities?
No, I don't think so.
Too much hard work?
I thought she was a soloist and she didn't have a partner, and she didn't treat Trent with respect, I think, because he is a very good dancer. And I think she just went off and did her own thing and didn't really take that seriously enough.
All right, Sara-Marie may have been sent packing early, but not before she achieved her top score with a rock and roll themed jive.
Come with me because you look so fine that I really want to make you mine. You look so fine that I really want to make you mine. 5, 6, come on and get your kicks. Now you don't need money when you look like that through your eyes.
You did work better as a team tonight, but unfortunately you did get out of sync with one another quite a lot, which was a pity because you tried so hard.
That was very fast. That was very, very fast, and that is hard. So, yeah, well done.
So, Todd, how would you sum up Sara-Marie's ability? Would you say that, you know, that there is potential, or does she just lack the talent needed?
Oh, look, she had as much potential as any of the other non-dancers in there, necessarily. I think that was very, very fast. And even Trent was lagging a bit behind. So she was asked to really, you know, pull something out of a hat there, but, and she just didn't quite have the skills to do it. But she was as well-placed as anyone else, you know.
Okay.
I mean, it brings us to the point of choosing of the music and stuff like that. It's very important. It's very important that they're guided by their dancing partners, and you know, and make the right choices. I don't know whether it was Chong choosing the tempo or whether it was Trent and her, but whoever chose it made a bit of a boo-boo.
It was really fast and it was quite complicated.
It
was hard to see. I think she put a big effort in that week, but because the music was so fast, it was hard to see how she was going to really, you know, kick in to see, you know, her true talent.
Coming up, will the judges award gold to legend of the pool and triple Olympian Shane Gould?
Is this a new guy?
Hey! Very nice.
They're just little girls, little boys and girls, aren't they?
Yeah, little kids.
I wonder if Granny would approve of this.
Yeah. I've got some body hair, some hair, just a couple of bits.
Room that is, show it off. Yeah.
There we go. Very nice, thank you. Yeah, that's right. I'll get wax, did you say?
Green. Feel like twinkle toes.
Whoa. She's the self-proclaimed sexy grandma who, with the help of dance partner Csaba, proves that life really does begin in your 40s. Let's take a look at Shane Gould in action.
As an athlete, I love movement, I love being active, but most of my activity has been aquatic. So I wanted to do a terrestrial activity.
Technically, I think you're on track. I'd really like to see a little bit more of that emotional spirit come out in the dance.
I found I've had to really dig deep to bring out that expressiveness and lose my inhibitions. Oh, this is stupid. It's just a bloody dance.
Wow, great. Really, exactly what we were talking about last week.
I think you're starting to live more the dance rather than try and be as accurate.
Drop your ego, take risks, and surprising things will happen, such as, you know, learning to drop your inhibitions.
Shane really did battle to lose those inhibitions, didn't she, Helen? How hard is that when you're starting out as a dancer?
Well, Shane, as a person, is not a natural extrovert, and I think she found that really, really difficult. I think if she had have carried on in the series, she would have started to feel more comfortable with herself doing that. And the sort of lady that she is, she's very serious. If she's trying to learn something, she wants to know every detail about it. And I think in a series like this, you don't have time to do that.
To be a perfectionist.
Yes, that's right.
She seemed to have a really emotional experience. We saw her in tears quite a few times. Todd, why do you think dancing does that to certain people?
Well, first of all, you pressed up close against your partner, and for a lot of people, you know, when you first meet somebody, you don't get in that personal space, and so you've got to connect with them on a personal level to kind of combat that and just deal with that confrontational aspect of it. And dancing, it's entertainment. I mean, there's a story in each dance, a beginning, a middle and an end, and you've got to find it. It's got to be emotional.
Definitely. So who got it as far as the emotional interpretation of the dance is concerned, and who didn't?
I think Shane certainly got there, which was great, and obviously Beck did.
Not many of them.
No.
Not really on that level, not many of them. I mean, Nikki, even with her spectacular dancing, didn't really. I mean, Beck kind of did, Holly didn't really.
No,
Every now and again they'd touch on it. But
the other side of it is, too, I think that's in the realm, of a performer to some extent, but it's also about life experience. You know, and we talked about, were the older players or celebrities disadvantaged? I don't know whether they were, but I think one of their advantages was that they had a lot of emotional experience and a lot of life experience that they could actually bring to the dance. And a lot of these dancers need it. They're meant to be fiery and passionate.
Certainly Shane had plenty of life experience, and her highest scoring dance was her dramatic tango.
I liked the drama that you created when you first came out. I thought that was very, very good. So that character was good. And I think you kept that character through to the end.
I found it was the same with Matt Shervington last series. I think it might be the sportsman or sportswoman attitude. You are very clinical, and I'd like to see you just relax.
So, Helen, do you think they connected in that tango? Emotionally?
No, not really enough. Yeah, that was something that she found very hard to do, to let that out and let people see that. And it's obviously inside, but she hides it. And it is an emotional dance, and you have to show it.
Todd, you look like you've got something you want to say.
Do you know what? You're reading my mind. Well, I just think because she was racing a little bit in there, and separate to her partner, and I think what happens is when they don't become a partnership and they don't trust their partner, that's when people start to race, and because they're dancing for themselves. And I found with the sports people especially, they were a one-man band out there when they should have really connected to their partner. And if you do connect to your partner, who's more often than not going to race the music, they become a one unit. Yeah. And therefore they're more secure. Whereas each one of the sports people we've seen, both in the men and the women, race the music all the time, and I think they're racing for themselves. You know?
The important thing from a lady's point of view is she follows the man and, like you said, trusts the man when he's leading. Now, Shane had a very good partner and he could move her around the floor, but she was operating herself. So then, to be able to trust someone and then be emotional as well, you've got to go through a stage where you can get the steps down, feel comfortable with the partner, and then relax and emote. So it's pretty hard in the time we've got.
It's also hard because it's a very vulnerable position. You know, never danced before. You're out in the middle of the dance floor in front of judges, being judged in front of an audience of 2 million people. Yeah. You know, you feel incredibly vulnerable, and I think that probably makes you clam up and not want to be emote either.
We might send them off to dancers boot camp next time and make them do all these trust exercises where they can push each other over the sides of cliffs and...
Can I be there?
We'll judge it.
Can I be the pusher?
Oh, you're evil! Evil Todd. Still to come. TV presenters Katrina Warren and Suzie Wilks amp up the glamour.
Hang on, boobs. We really had boobs out. That's not where this person happened.
There's 4 of us, and we're here. We all have our own expertise. I'm still trying to work out what mine is. Has anyone worked it out yet? No. The whole show is about just having fun, so I just want to encourage people to have fun and not be mean and nasty like some of the other judges were.
Hey,
or,
yes. I resemble that remark.
Stop it, I like it. That's a bit cheeky.
Yeah, well.
Yeah. Well, welcome back. Before dancer Csaba partnered Shane Gould, he teamed up with a popular TV vet who decided to test her operating skills on the dance floor.
The build-up to the first show was just ridiculous. I was so nervous, I couldn't sleep. I was having weird dreams and nightmares about falling over and my dress falling off and all sorts of things.
You're a little bit wooden, maybe you can relax your arms a little bit, get down into the ground a little bit more.
I think some of the judges' comments were completely out of line.
I agree with Todd, you're a little bit wooden.
The break in the routine is not a good idea. We wouldn't do that under competition practice.
Give us a break. This is not a professional dancing competition. We are not professionals.
In dance sport, we don't have lifts, and the separation is not allowed either, so you should remain connected the whole time.
Should be on entertainment and how well you pull it together as dancers.
Well,
there you go.
There you go. In dance sport, we don't... I've been dying to do that.
I've practiced that face for a long time.
So what are the dance sport rules when it comes to the standard style?
In the standard style, we remain in natural hold, which is where the man has his left hand up, right hand on the lady's back. The lady has her left hand on the man's arm and up for the whole time in body contact. So there's no lifts, which means where the lady is supported off the floor by the man.
OK, so there are a few issues surrounding that, were there? But Katrina was arguing entertainment versus the technical side. So, Todd, what's more important?
Well, her arguing back to the judges was a big mistake. Oh, look, I mean, I think Paul would probably go down this road with me, I don't know, but that's a dangerous thing to say. I better tell you first. I think I speak on behalf of both of us. No, I think we were looking for more of the sort of entertainment aspect of it as well as the technical aspect of it, but I think we're more open probably to anything goes because we haven't been on the dance floor like these guys are every week for a few years, and so we're a bit more open to a bit more flash, but we still are aware of what the rules are.
Yeah.
But I mean, we had quite a few arguments about this, and were we going to toe the line to the dance sport competition rules? And I think we all agreed, and that we weren't really going to toe the line that harsh. So we never marked anyone down if they did a lift. We just said you shouldn't really be doing them. But our scores didn't necessarily reflect the fact that they'd done something.
Yeah, so they had the scope to do it either at the beginning or at the end. We all agreed on that. And so, you know, you don't need to play outside the rules.
Generally accepted, but there was other stuff they were doing that was... it's just too much breaking.
Yeah, I wonder on another level, because I think Katrina seemed a little bit hurt by some of the judges' comments, and she took it very, very seriously.
Yes, she saw herself as a much better dancer than I think she actually was, and I think what had confused her was the fact that it was such hard work and she'd put her heart and soul into it, and so therefore, you know, she thought she was probably better than what we thought she was technically. I think it was a surprise to her.
Yeah, probably a good idea we have a look at her dancing at this point. So, no surprise that our TV vet danced her very best to Hound Dog.
You ain't nothing but a hound dog, crying all the time. You ain't nothing but a hound dog, all the time. Well, you ain't never gonna ride. You ain't no friend of mine. You really put an effort into that. I can see that you're very determined this week. A little bit tight in the back when you're using your body, and some parts a little bit too gimmicky for me. I'd like to see a little bit more connection so you stay a bit more together.
The very first time I saw you guys dance, you didn't have much of a connection, and this week it was really good. I love the connection that you had with each other.
Helen, what did you think of Katrina's ability as a dancer?
That's a good question. She was uncoordinated, actually. She isolated her shoulders and her arms from her back, and that made her look rather wooden at times. She actually has got very pretty little legs. If she had to use them better, tried to stand up from the floor, John.
Pretty little legs, which I had used them better. That's the whole point, isn't it?
John, I heard you
Yes,
say,
it is the whole point.
Well done, Csaba, at the end of that routine.
Well, that was me.
That was actually Paul.
I actually, look, I really liked Katrina. I loved her energy and her enthusiasm. For whenever she came on the floor, she lit up, and I think she lit the space up. And that routine too with Csaba, I thought was really terrific.
Definitely. Well, someone else who turned up the heat was TV home renovator Suzie Wilks in Series 2.
I was getting up and putting shorts and boots on, and now I have to, you know, get into a glittery dress or something like that.
And all that I so want to give.
For you to string that really hard routine together is really an amazing effort tonight. You did it like a dog's breakfast, but it didn't matter.
That was full of emotion, full of fire. Obviously, you know, there is perhaps a bit of a spark between you there.
It was sensual, it was the dance of love. There's a lot of word on the street that you guys are practicing the horizontal mambo at night and the rumba during the day. That's the word. It was pretty convincing. I don't know whether you are, but good on you. That was great.
Feeling the experience of dancing with Jonathan that night was possibly some of the most fun I've ever had in my entire life.
Girl, we do whatever we want.
It was colourful and we moved around everywhere. I didn't cheat and stand still.
Pauline Curio.
6.
Mark Wilson.
5.
I feel like 6s and 5s were, you know, harsh. Were harsh. I wasn't asking for a 10.
Well, she didn't get a 10 from you, did she, Mark?
No, she did not get it. She got a 5, yeah.
Was it too harsh? Do you think it was too harsh?
No, I don't think it was too harsh. I just feel, as a couple, their dancing wasn't up to scratch with the other couples. And I know she took it on personally, but I don't think we were hard on her.
Because even Darren scored better than Suzie on the night, so...
But, look, you know, when I was watching them do that, particularly when he laid down on her on national television, like, I was looking at that thinking, my God, he's not going to, he's not going to. He did.
I was sick of them getting on the floor.
That was,
yeah.
I thought she's a glamazon, right? She's this glamorous,
she's a very
bombshell.
Isn't she, yeah?
And I was just tired of seeing her on the floor. Because if you get on the floor, you've got to get off the floor, and there isn't too many dainty ways, even by professional standards, to get a girl off the floor. And I was just tired of seeing her on the floor. I didn't think she deserved it.
So then, choreographically, Paul, was that... I mean, is Jonathan to blame there because he choreographs those routines?
I think the night that they went out, one of my comments to them was to Jonathan to be careful, because I thought he kind of eclipsed, to some extent, Suzie. And the routines were a little bit difficult and probably a little harder, but I think he actually danced really hard, and it wasn't a good match. He overshadowed Suzie, and I thought that was a bit of a shame. I don't think he did her any favours.
And overpowered her at times.
Yes, I agree with that. I think it was too much about him and not enough about him partnering Suzie.
Yeah, and it is a partnership.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, they were a partnership in a lot of ways, because Suzie and Jonathan sizzled in the rumba and kept the passion burning in their equal top-scoring tango.
Milonga de amor, ay temblor de gotas. Este tango es para vos.
one of the great things, I think, when you watch someone or a couple dance is you watch them and you want more. And the reason you want more is not because they're not giving enough, it's because it's exciting and you just want to see more. So that's how you made me feel.
Thank you.
The most important thing about performing the tango is it's believable, and from the start you had a very good connection as a couple, and I feel that's really great about you. I think you've done very well this week. Well done.
Thank you.
So, Mark, you thought there was an obvious connection there, but do you think that they played up the passion too much, Todd?
Oh, yeah, I thought it was a bit of overkill, I have to say. I thought she looked sensational there, though. They both did, actually.
Beautiful.
But that's really elegant, and that sort of encapsulated what she was like, which was elegant and that glamour.
She's a very elegant woman.
Well, after the break, the Series 1 champion. But will Beck Cartwright be the judges' ultimate golden girl?
Beck's here tonight as well. Good old Beck Cartwright, the winner, the champion.
Give me your heart, or else forget about it.
There you go. Well done.
Gorgeous. Fantastic body, hot moves, beautiful flowing hair, and that was just her partner, Michael. Beck Cartwright was the Series 1 favourite who dazzled every time she took to the floor.
I started dancing when I was 3, but never anything like this.
Like crows along the street, chasing away the summer heat.
The only thing I wrote down was get a room.
It was funny in the beginning.
You two are so good. Could you just fall in love and get married and have it over and done with for us?
It's starting to wear off and it's not as funny anymore. And it's like, yeah, no.
That was really professional and fantastic entertainment.
Beck, you could compete any day. I think you're a wonderful young dancer.
It's just been awesome. Like, I've felt like I've grown as a person as well during this whole thing, and I've just had the best time, and it probably would go down as probably one of the best experiences of my life so far.
So, Paul, why was Beck so great?
Oh, look, she committed herself. She was open to feedback. She was open to her partner. She was open to the partnership. She was talented and still is. And she grew. You know, I remember the first performance she did, she was quite nervous and, you know, a little bit withheld. But each performance, she got better and better. And so did the partnership, I think. It was a great partnership. I'm wondering if it was probably the best partnership of the two series.
She certainly had a lot of trust in Michael, didn't she?
And that's a great thing. You know, we've spoken about some of the lifts that have been seen in the show just made me so nervous. I wanted to get up and catch people.
Yeah.
But some of the lifts and that Michael and Beck were doing were terrific and required a lot of skill and trust.
Mark, you said that Beck could easily compete in dance sport. Why did you say that?
Because she's already gifted in her ability to dance anyway. But when you have someone like... If I had someone like Beck walking into the studio, or Nikki or Holly, who are gifted and can already dance a little bit, then you're looking at someone who's like a gem to build and to work with. And she's so trusting. When you watched her... You know, Michael put her neck on his calf and then flicked her in the air. For someone who's only danced dance sport for, you know, 10 weeks or so, that's unbelievable trust. So, you know, that's the ideal partner, to say, OK, let's try this and she'll have a go.
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely fantastic.
Well, just like Tom Williams, Beck capped off a stunning series with a perfect 40 for her grand final freestyle.
How lucky can one guy be? I kissed her and she kissed me. I couldn't feel any better. Oh, I can't sing. Oh, tell me quick, are you on a kick in the
hope that came across at home like it did here, because that was just electric.
Yeah, you did some very difficult lifts. They were fabulous.
Paul. I've been dancing for 31 years, and you've been dancing in this competition for 14 weeks, and I don't think I could have done a lot of what you just did.
Thank you.
I lied.
Yes. Well, she was fairly extraordinary, but how much of that credit should go to Michael for his choreography and for his teaching of Beck?
I'd say 50-50, you know. Yes, he has to give her the information she needs, but she obviously worked very hard, and she had a lovely, quiet confidence about her. I think she knew that she was quite good, but she did it in presented what she did in such a lovely, sincere way. And I think she was just terrific, actually, Beck.
Because the public vote was obviously there for her too, and
yes.
I guess they picked up on the fact that she was, you know, such a nice person.
And anything you said to her, whether it was something she wanted to hear or perhaps she didn't want to hear, she took it very well.
Well, next, the pint-sized princess who stirred up a right royal controversy.
When I first saw you in the competition, one of the things that concerned me was that your youth might blow it for you.
Yeah.
And I think you guys might want to think about that.
Yeah, I think it's with, you know, the sexual dances and everything like that. Obviously, I haven't experienced those kind of things in life, so it's hard to put it into a dance. So,
well,
I'm only 17, you know.
Yeah, well, we're actors as well.
Exactly.
So do some research and, or just you know, don't be a method actor. I'm not talking method.
Kenny.
1.
Ellen Richie.
6.
That was just a cruel attack on a young girl.
I honestly thought Nikki and Sasha were going to be there in the final for sure. I thought they'd win.
I tipped them to win.
Strong reaction there from Ian and many supporters backstage and around the country before we meet Todd the Toughie. Let's remind ourselves about Nikki Webster.
I didn't get nervous doing, you know, the Olympics, but definitely Dancing with the Stars, I got nervous.
She's never in the way, always something nice to say, oh, what a blessing.
I think you're fantastic, absolutely awesome.
Can lose his soul. Stop, 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 and I like it.
I think you guys are matched perfectly together. If you ever get married, you can stick yourselves on top of your own wedding cake, which I think is great.
No, that doesn't bother me. I formed a pretty hard skin, and I think Sash did pretty quickly when he started the show.
You missed the passion of it. It was tricks. It was like Musketeers doing tango to me. I hated it, sorry.
I think hate's a very strong word in association with anything.
Todd McKenney.
1.
The one, it was a shock. We try so hard, we train 7 days a week, and then you get a 1. I don't think it was consistent over all the contestants. I don't think they had a consistent breakdown of what they were going to mark each person as.
I'm looking forward to the next lamb to the slaughter.
I bet you throw to me now.
You know what? I'm going to go to Helen. Even you looked shocked, Helen, when Todd did that.
I was shocked. I was shocked. But that's his opinion and he's entitled to that. But actually, tango was not one of their better dances. I actually thought the very first dance they did, they started off really well. And it actually went a little bit downhill through the series, whether there was some miscommunication between them.
Yeah.
And I think people assume that because she has been a dancer or done dancing in a different form, that she's going to be good at this sort of dancing, and that's not necessarily so. Because although we have posture and all those sort of things, the technique and the leg action of our dancing is unique to our dancing in that way. And I think sometimes you'd be better off knowing nothing than having a habit or a way of doing something and trying to change that in such a short period of time.
Sure.
It's very difficult.
Todd, you've justified your score and that's fine, but were you surprised by the public's reaction, the media's reaction to Nikki's score?
Yes, I think well, I certainly felt the power of television, you know, firsthand. Everybody had an opinion on it, and you know, and I met personally, it would seem, all of Nikki's fan club. And it was just interesting how everybody had an opinion, and the people that supported me tended to be ballroom people and ballroom dancing people.
Industry type.
Yeah, industry type folk. But yes, I was surprised at the reaction, and the one question I get asked all the time, which really surprised me, was I led to do that? Was it rigged? Was that planned? And it wasn't planned. I just called it as I saw it, as I have kind of with every dancer that we see.
So did you guys agree with Todd's comments on the night?
Yes and no. I agreed on the fact that Todd was saying, you know, it was lacking strict tango, but I certainly didn't agree that the score was deserved, you know, and it was kind of out of balance with the rest of us. You know, we had 1, 6, 7 and 6, so, you know, Todd knows that.
I had said to them in, I think, episode 2, I said, just be careful, I'm all for flash, but just be careful you don't throw away the basic requirements of the dance, or words to that effect. So I'd, in my mind, gone down that road with Nikki and Sasha before and had been watching for that. So that's maybe, you know, I'd had that thought in my head for a few weeks, that they were getting a little outside the line. So I'd kind of maybe prepared myself for it, although I hadn't planned to do that.
Yeah.
It did stop. Sorry, mate.
It's okay, Helen. I feel like when I looked at their choreography, there was enough content in there to say that was tango. It was a bit flighty and a bit out of the floor, but one for me was a bit harsh, and we've talked about that. But still, that's Todd's opinion. No, I'd have said maybe 4, but 1.
I'd just like to say thank you both for your support.
No, but
you're entitled to your opinion, you know. Well, that's what we're here for.
And I also wonder all the people that did kick up, and I copped the flack, and I took the flack, and I agree with their right to give me a bit of stick. It was a strong decision, and I knew that. But I wonder if all the people that gave me the stick had have got on the phones and voted, Nikki and Sasha would still be in the competition as well. Now, I'm not making excuses for my decision or the fact that I copped it. I copped it deservedly. You know, I can see why, but if they had voted, they didn't have the numbers anyway. But I'm not making excuses. But it's just something for the viewers to keep in mind. Get off the phone.
You've got to get on the phone. We can't make strong enough that when people come up to us and say, look, why is that person still in the show? And clearly they weren't our favourite, and we, not favourite, but they weren't what we saw as the best dancer. They're not in the show because you didn't vote. That's the reality, you know. There's a
but then when the audiences are left to vote, they put Ian Roberts in the final. Maybe they shouldn't.
On the same night, on that night, there was Nikki and Ian and also Darren were drawn. They were on the same.
That's right.
I think they were drawn equal 4th.
Yes.
And sadly, Nikki didn't have the votes, but any 3 of them could have gone off. And so I'm not saying.
And the issue is that I marked them low, which put them in the bottom 3. So
but they still didn't have the votes, so it's not you that voted them out. It's really the audience.
But I put them in the bottom 3.
And there are 4 judges, not just 1, so it's not just on one person's opinion. That's why they have 4. You know, so
were you all a little bit jealous of Todd's attention?
Heck no.
I'm joking. You were ready to let go of, were you, Todd? All right, well, Nikki's jive not only revealed a brand new look, it also earned her best marks from the judges.
You do great choreography. Your technique is really fantastic. That was really well done, Sasha, and good on you guys.
There were parts where you're a little high with your weight, but that's, having done ballet, that's some of the challenges that you talked about, Paul, in changing the style.
I didn't actually like that dance. I loved it.
You nearly tricked us.
Edge of your seat.
You big trigger.
There you go.
Now, Paul, you said in episode 1 that Nikki was in a league of her own. Do you think it was a loss for the series to have her leave?
Yes.
Why?
Look, Because I just really would have liked to have seen how they improved and where they went, and they did. They had a dip in the middle, and I don't really know why they had that. And to some extent, I think we go back to the age versus youth, and you know, in when you've got a lack of kind of wisdom and experience, you get flashy. And I think they kind of went there with that. But I would have loved them to have got over that dip. And I mean, I would love the final to be between them, Holly and Tom. You know, that would have been very exciting. And they came out the strongest dance couple in the beginning, and it just would have been nice to see the progression.
Yeah, yeah. So, any regrets from... No. OK, moving on. Blonde bombshell Holly Brisley outlasted rival Nikki to be the last woman standing in Series 2.
I likened it to a parachuter. It's that moment before you jump and you just go, what am I doing?
She's right, you know. She's right. Man, she's right, you know.
That didn't move me one way or the other, I have to say. Ho-hum.
I think it's really hard not to take what the judges say personally sometimes, but when you look back at the tapes and stuff, you can really see that what they're saying is actually what's happening out there on the dance floor.
Throughout the last series and this series, that had to be one of the best routines we've seen by far.
The music has to go with the dance, and I feel that was lacking.
I think they expected more from us, so it made it harder to get those higher points.
Sometimes there's just something missing, and I wish I could put my finger on it.
You never really know what they're looking for. One week it's traditional dance moves, and then the next week they don't mind a bit of pizzazz.
So, Paul, what was missing? What were you looking for?
Look, I was looking for a connection and a better connection. I was a bit lost with it to some extent because I couldn't quite work out why they were lacking, because sometimes they'd come out and hit it beautifully, and they were a great couple in terms of dancing. She was terrific and Mark was terrific, and their choreography was generally good. Sometimes it wasn't as good as other times. But it wasn't until Mark and I had a chat that I realised I don't actually think that they fired off each other enough, and that to me is what was missing. They just really missed the spark and the fire together.
Yeah, I think there was... The stuff they did was rehearsed and rehearsed well. It's almost like they smiled at the right time and looked at the right time, but there wasn't any real... what's the word I'm looking
chemistry
for?
or...
There wasn't... Oh, yeah, there wasn't a chemistry and there wasn't an instantness about them. What's the word?
Yeah, look, they were very, very good and very proficient. But to me, it really lacked that emotional warmth that I was kind of wanting to see them step up into.
Do you think, Todd, we expected more from Holly and Mark because Holly had learnt with your mother in Queensland? Oh, I mean...
You know what?
Yes.
I knew you were going to go down that
well, I
road.
had to, didn't
You know
I?
what? I'm going to throw my microphone down and walk storm
Could
off.
you? That'd be fantastic.
Oh, punch up.
Well, Holly's first attempt at the cha-cha only earned her 23 points from the judges, but by the time she reached the semi-finals, she blitzed her repeat performance.
That connection, which we keep talking about with you two, was there more than any other time that we've done it.
dancing with each other was absolutely awesome. It's the best performance I've seen you do. It's great.
Wow, very good.
You like that? You gave them a 10, didn't you?
I
Mark?
loved it. I thought they danced really, really well for all the reasons that we had criticised them, you know, through the series, that they really went the extra mile. I think Holly really loved that music, and I thought the choreo was very, very clever and simple enough for them to be, you know, exciting and engage the audience. So it was good.
Still to come, the politician whose 2 left feet entranced a nation.
Congratulations. Could you give me more? Thank you.
She's gutsy, and that's what we want to see out there, gutsy people.
She's done her time, she's a good Aussie battler, and people appreciate that in Australia, and they support that.
But I'm going to miss Pauline, I think.
Why don't you ring her?
Okay, where's my phone? Pauline. Hi, Todd. Yeah. Hey, great, love you. Bye.
What would Series 1 have been like without Pauline Hanson? Todd?
I think the word on the street was that you're doing that show and you're in that show with Pauline Hanson. I mean, I'm sorry to say it to you and everyone, but I think we probably all got it. It was the Pauline Hanson show. I mean, we can't deny that. She was a huge impact in that series, and I loved her getting in the final. Although, you know, did she deserve it?
You
Probably
did.
not from it. I loved her getting in the final.
You just love her full stop. All right, well, let's have a look at Todd McKenny's new girlfriend, Pauline Hanson, in action.
I've always wanted to learn how to dance. Great opportunity. And I thought, yeah.
You looked like you were glad it was over, but I've got to say, we were kind of glad as well, I think.
I don't mind criticism as long as it's constructive criticism.
It's the dance of love, and halfway through it turned into the dance of leprosy, but it really was... Maybe I shouldn't have said the dance of leprosy, but...
Not maybe. You should not have said that.
But it was...
You hurt my feelings.
Oh, have I?
Yes. I know I'm not the best dancer. I know I'm not perfect.
So I think you've worked a few miracles in the last few weeks with Pauline because she's now becoming a dancer.
I sort of feel I shouldn't be here. It's about the viewers vote. So it's really, it's the viewers that have kept me here. It's the Australian public, and all I've got to say is thank you. It's just amazing.
Oh, it's a bit like watching a lover's tiff, that little fight you were having with Pauline.
She was right. It was the viewers that got her there. But I had a spark with Pauline right from the very beginning. I loved the fact that she got up and had a go. And, of course, I loved that. But I was there to criticise the dancing, and I had to. And, yeah.
And you did.
It was creative a lot of the time.
How did she improve as a dancer, though, Todd, from that very first episode?
No, not much. She handled choreography a lot better, and the dancing did get harder for her. And no, but she remained entertaining throughout the entire thing, and she did some unique head moves which wouldn't have been my choice, but she certainly made it entertaining.
What did Sal do right in terms of the choreography, Helen?
I think he was very clever like that. I think once he realised not to let Pauline out of his hold,
not to let her loose.
Not to let her loose. He was on a winner. But the lovely thing I thought about Pauline was that lady's self-esteem from the first show to the last show was how it grew was fantastic.
Yeah.
And I thought that was just... That's what dancing is about, I think. And I think she's a different lady now in that way.
Of course, Pauline made it all the way to the Series 1 final, and just like Darren Hinch in Series 2, also scored her highest in the Samba.
you do figures that have a swivelling action, you do those terrific. When your top's still and your base rotates, those sort of figures really, really suit you.
I came in tonight to score you on your entertainment value and to try and in some way even up the two, because Beck is clearly, you know, a more technical dancer. And for entertainment value tonight, you've chosen two of your strongest dancers to do, and I love... You make my face smile. Good on you.
Did Pauline deserve to be in that grand final ahead of Justin Melvey?
No, not as a dancer. I mean, Justin did a fantastic job the week before, and I think all of Australia really know that. They look at Pauline and say, how did she make that final over someone like Justin? But she made it because the viewers voted and said, we want her there. So, but as a dancer, no, definitely not.
But that means she deserved to be there. You know, I mean, and that's what Dancing with the Stars is all about. And it's interesting that the two series, we've kind of had a complete non-dancer get there and you know, someone who's actually really danced very well get there, and I think that's the beauty, that it's judges and it's audience, and I think whoever gets there deserves it, and I don't think you can say no.
Well, next, the judges give their verdict and crown their ultimate Dancing with the Stars female champion.
Dancing with the Stars is proudly brought to you by Amy.
Lucky you're with Amy.
You've actually been in that bottom two, what, 3 or 4 times now, haven't you? Somebody said the other day, dead man dancing. I didn't say it. You were so romantic, I wanted to vomit.
Oh, really?
Trying to tell us something?
The whole animal vet thing, I think.
No, you're a dog.
I'm joking.
Can't. Just a little one.
Oh, that's not it. No, 2 words for you, Tommy. Hello, breakfast. Well, I don't think Chong's Spanish. I don't even think he's legal, but anyway, let's have a look at the judges' scores. I'm joking. Oh, the clangers are all mine, and you can remind yourselves of plenty of memorable moments through the wonderful sounds of Dancing with the Stars maestro Chong Lim and his band. Musical highlights from both series can be found on this CD, which is in stores now. Now, the judges have reviewed all 9 brave and talented female celebrities.
Hang on, Sonny. There was a 10th.
Oh, there was a 10th?
Yeah.
Who was the 10th?
Let's have a look.
Oh, dear. Oh, no! All right. Oh, this will be good, yeah. There's a lot of arm action, Todd, but not a lot of...
It's a lot upstairs, isn't it? It's all upstairs.
I've loved you so.
I can feel myself blushing. You sneaky.
Oh,
no.
Great.
Enough.
I think we'll look at the judges' scores, shall we?
Can I just say, oh, fantastic. A lady said to me,
zero?
A lady said to me yesterday, I was in a shop, and she said, I saw you dance. She said, you look quite professional. I thought, well, I was. Never mind. A bit more practice for next season. All right.
How was it actually being out there?
I was absolutely terrified. I had panic attacks leading up to it.
How long's it been since you competed?
10 years? Oh, no, longer, I'm sure, Mark. Yeah.
It's a long time, isn't it?
A very long time to have, knee reconstruction and then just like nothing. I've done nothing.
But because you understand the fundamentals and you understand what a rumba should look like, it was lovely. It was lovely to watch.
It was beautiful.
Bless you, Helen. Have you met my new best friend?
No mean old Helen anymore.
No, lovely Helen.
We look forward to seeing you dancing again on Series 3.
I look forward to seeing you guys doing a little bit of dancing, all right? I think you should take the pressure off me
They
here.
couldn't keep up with us, Sonia.
Yeah, we couldn't.
No.
Let's get this right.
Well, the judges have reviewed all nine brave and talented female celebrities, and hopefully their expert opinions have given you at home a different perspective too. Judges, I have the scores and the new rankings for our 9 women, but before we reveal them, who would be your top female dancer?
Beck.
Beck, yes.
Yes, Beck Cartwright, yep.
Pretty much.
Definitely,
Beck.
yeah.
She was fantastic. She was an all-round good dancer, talented, performed well and went the extra mile. And, look, she had Michael, who gave her great choreography as well, so that was a big plus. Not the other guys weren't good, because you can only choreograph to the person you're with and choreographing for. But I think she just was absolutely awesome and so trusting in him.
Outstanding. What about your most improved?
Pauline would actually have to be probably the most improved. Well, because she went further, you know, some of the other ones that perhaps we would have liked to have seen were lost on the way. But Pauline did improve. I mean, you know, I thought she was fabulous.
She did. I think she did improve. I don't know whether she would be the most improved, but yeah, she did. I was just giving her a bit of stick, I think. But hate to say it, but probably Pauline.
Probably Pauline. Paul?
In two minds. I agree. Pauline certainly stepped up, but I'd have to say Beck as well. You know, from coming out the first time and. You know, for every show, she really stepped up each show and improved.
But I think Holly, because when you look at Holly's first performance, the cha-cha she did, it didn't get the highest score, I don't think, but from the time she started then, through her quick step, and I thought she was fantastic.
Technically, Holly did improve quite a bit, I thought, too.
Yeah, she was terrific.
Fabulous. Well, are those thoughts reflected in the rankings? As I mentioned at the start of the show, we've taken the judges' scores for every single dance our female celebrities performed, added them together and come up with their series average. And this has allowed us to rank our 9 women to ultimately find out who was the best and what order they would have been sent home in had the judges had full say. How does it compare to the order in which you helped eliminate them? Well, let's find out. Reality regular Sara-Marie Fedele was placed last by the judges with an average score of 20.6. Coming in 8th, expert home renovator and glamour girl Suzie Wilks with a 24.2 average. Just above Suzie at number 7 is Dr. Katrina Warren with an average of 24.5. Triple Olympian Shane Gould was voted 6th by the judges, who awarded her a 24.7 average. The judges would have placed Series 1 finalist Pauline Hanson 5th with an average of 25.7. Well, she was first off Series 1, but an average score of 26.6 makes model Gabrielle Richens the judge's choice for 4th. Teen Queen Nikki Webster dances into 3rd spot with an average of 26.8. And actor and Series 2 semi-finalist Holly Brisley moves up to 2nd place in the judges' ranking with a 29.7 average. Judges, any surprises there?
Oh, I'm actually surprised that Suzie Wilks came in 8th. But when I looked at it, there's only 0.2 separating Suzie, Shane and Katrina, so she's still down the bottom. But I was surprised she came in 8th. I thought she would do better than that.
Those bottom 3 scores were very close, weren't they?
0.2.
I would like to have seen how Gabrielle went, because she came in 4th, but she only did 3 dances, so some of them we can't really tell how they would have developed as they've gone through the series had they stayed in.
They may have improved a lot over the series.
And some of the dances may not have been as strong, so it's good to see the averages from, like, obviously Beck and Holly.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, they were clear.
But I guess Gabrielle and Nikki, you know, going by those rankings, would have stayed in a lot longer.
Yeah, they should have been really probably the top 3 ladies. Yeah, Gabrielle and Nikki as well.
Top 3, well, Holly.
Sorry, top 5 I meant to say. I meant like Beck, Holly, Gabrielle,
Nikki,
and who's the other one?
Sonia.
Sonia, of course.
Yeah.
It's interesting. It is interesting. I was actually just a little surprised Gabrielle was so high. She obviously got good marks in her first 3 dances, but you guys seem to have seen a lot more potential there than I did.
But I guess the bottom line is that it's the public vote that Gabrielle didn't have in the end, and that would lead us to assume that you know, and there is an assumption that some people say the public don't vote for attractive women or women that they find threatening.
Well, isn't that the case? I mean, that's why I was saying I would love to know who actually votes. Well, I would suspect, and I may be completely wrong, that women aren't going to vote for a bombshell to stay in because, you know, they could perhaps, you know, I don't know, feel a bit funny about that. And they're not going to sit there and let their husbands pick up the phone and vote Gabrielle Richens in. You know, can you imagine? Be like, what are you doing that for?
But I'd class Beck Cartwright as a bombshell.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes, but maybe for some reason an unthreatening bombshell. I don't know.
Maybe more of
also, Beck Cartwright would have had
door.
home and away viewers as well.
Again, just like with the men, there are no surprises as to who was the judges' #1. With the help of your votes, Beck Cartwright was crowned Series 1 champion, and tonight she also wins the #1 place according to the judges' verdict. Beck's 12 dazzling routines gave her an overall average of 32.4 out of 40, even more than the male #1 Tom Williams. So, although the public and our judges don't always agree, in the case of both series champions, you did. Thank you very much, judges.
Thanks, Sonia.
Thank you.
Well, that's it for Dancing with the Stars, the judges' verdict. Hopefully it's given you some insight into what the judges look for when they're scoring our hard-working celebrities, and also proves just how much your votes count in deciding who stays and who goes each week. So keep dialing when we return for Series 3. We leave you tonight with the judges' verdict for Best Female Celebrity Dancer, Beck Cartwright. Thanks and good night.
Sunny day, didn't know I'd be such a beautiful girl walking down the street. See those bright brown eyes, with tears coming down. She deserves a crown, but where is it now?
The winner of Dancing with the Stars is Beck and Michael.
Trophy. Won't you slow it down? If we carry on this way, this thing might leave the ground. How would you like to fly?